Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin, a big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now it's Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing is Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This short throw caught by Goddard. That throw good for 4. It's second down. A look at the starters now on the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They'll run with Michelle. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Bryant has it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's complete to Grant. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Carson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll get this to Eckler. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They'll try to run with Carson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 2 now, second and goal. Mahomes now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. But now it's third and goal. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a third and goal situation. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand. A really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the
a little bit.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They'll run it. This is Michelle. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Second and 4 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, they run with Michelle. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2.
On third down, Michelle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and very short, Mahomes. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of 2 there, second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Let's go.
Three, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Dez Bryant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. So far, been so good this season, well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence, and if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far, so I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down. Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage. No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down.
back right around the 48-yard line. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'd say the staff is up in the booth watching the game. They may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun. Mahomes. He completes it to Bryant. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Looking downfield for Dez. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half. Are they going to measure revenge there? Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for Dallas Goddard. Incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players' spotlight. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Throwing on 2nd down, Mahomes, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to air one out. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Here's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But it's going to be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They go play action now. Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. David Moore, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now it's Carson.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
All right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the pass complete to Ryan Grant. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Wilson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. He finds Matthews. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And New York set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, and they stick with Eckler. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been terrific so far. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On 2nd and 9, Wilson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Rashard Matthews the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Giants. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Santos now to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Mike 58, right there. Get in the white room. Get in the white room. Check 52.
Now Michelle.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sony Michel, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From the 27th, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gay is on for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about four in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Again, it's Michel. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
Let's go.
It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
You better break. You better break. I'm letting you know right now.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
That's it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We ain't giving another cut.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Mahomes. It's caught by Bryant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And it's Michel once again. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Wilson. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was a safety blitz by Eric Weddle. Oh, a free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Play action. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes, complete to Bryant. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Giants on third down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. This is caught by Jackson. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
This is Carson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Mahomes. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Dez Bryant with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the ground, Michel. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Michel, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Wilson now to throw on third down. He completes it to Boyd. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. On the NFL scoreboard, they are the 4th now in Carson. The Raiders there have opened a 2-touchdown advantage. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. There goes a deep ball, end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Pernell McPhee. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll try and he's going to score. It's a Seahawks touchdown. Russell Wilson. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
But this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
That time a 6-play drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
And New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run here with Eckler. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Bryant has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Draw play. It's Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Mahomes throwing on fourth. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
All day, all day.
On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be good.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, baby.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Michel, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Mike 50. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to...
On third down, Michel. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 10. A little over 80 ticks to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Back to throw. Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Seahawks, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.